Hey guys, yours truly, Kevin Grace. I'm here in New York at Trinity Church and Cemetery, paying my respects to probably one of the greatest novelists of the 20th century, between James Baldwin, Richard Wright, and Langston Hughes. This gentleman ranks up there as well. The man that I'm talking about is Ralph Waldo Ellison. Now, he was born in 1914 in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and he wound up attending Tuskegee Institute on scholarship for music. And after 3 years, he wound up leaving there, and he came to New York, where he wound up meeting Richard Wright and also Langston Hughes, and they kind of persuaded him to start writing. And one of his greatest novels, The Invisible Man. And I had to read that in high school. Now, I don't know if that's still a required reading or not in high school, but it's pretty good, really good. Anyway, in 1969, he was giving the Medal of Freedom by President Lyndon Johnson. Now, unfortunately, he passed away in 1994 at age 81 from pancreatic cancer. Now, his wife wound up passing away about 9 years after he did. Now, she's buried right next to him. Now, the guy that showed me where his grave is said that he's positioned here to look at his apartment here in New York. But anyway, he's right up here, second from the top, Ralph Waldo Ellison, and his wife Fanny is right there. She died in 2005, but he's right there. And I'll try to put whatever interviews or videos that I can of him. And also at this cemetery, you have Cooper Gooden Sr. buried here, and actor Jerry Orbach is buried here, and Estelle Bennett from the Ronettes is buried here. But this is Ralph Waldo Ellison, the writer of The Invisible Man. If you like this video, please subscribe down below and feel free to leave any comments about Ralph Waldo Ellison.
Now, did this make, in a sense, a major difference as far as your real dedication to continue your writing? Would you have considered not writing without some of these encouragements?
Oh no, you don't write for prizes. You write because this is the way you are most alive, the way you feel that you can be most effective in confronting life and society and yourself even. So they are the cream that comes. But I'm not knocking it. I'm very proud of it. Indeed, today the National Book Award is a cash sum of $1,000. In my day, it was a gold medal, and I'm very proud of the medal because once in a while now I can make $1,000, but I can't pick up another one of those medallions.
The critics were kind to you, in a sense, from the very first, weren't they?
Well, they were kind. Some were not. One very widely syndicated literary columnist described my book as a literary race riot. There were a few others who were short-sighted in their descriptions of the book, but what can you do? I don't fault them, but they didn't quite understand what was going on. Sometimes the fact that of my racial identity was more important than what I was writing about, or how I managed to write it. But generally, the reviews were perceptive. And incidentally, some of the most perceptive reviews that I received were written by women. And there were women writing for papers in the South, and they were white.
How do you account for this then?
Well, I don't account for it, except there's no way of deciding where intelligence is going to show up in the United States. And we do know that we've been teaching literature in our colleges and writing and courses in criticism. And so the people go wherever they came from, or they go wherever they can get jobs. And so you must always be alert and always be at your best, because you don't know who is giving you the eye.
Now, do you do any work as far as a critic at all?
Well, my book of essays, Shadow and Act, is a book of criticism for the most part. They are mainly cultural criticism concerned with various books, jazz, various intellectual problems. I don't call myself a critic, but I do function critically. I do have some familiarity with the game. And I think criticism for writers, so-called creative writers, is one part of the creative process. You project, and then you look at what you project. You see whether it's working. You identify where it's going. It's a two-way process. But I prefer just to try to write my own stuff and leave the criticism to other people.
If you think about the Harlem Renaissance, Ralph Ellison was a very significant player. He lived at Riverside Drive at 150th Street, and that's where he died, at that address. And his neighbors wanted to sort of honor him with a monument by where he lived. Elizabeth Catlett, an artist who was a contemporary of his, was honored with the opportunity. And she did this figure that reflected the invisible man. So it was a silhouette. If you look at the posture of the character, it's almost hip-hoppy. Or if you look at hieroglyphics in terms of the African figure and Egyptian representation, it moves between those two. And because it's an open profile, as the seasons change, you look through the figure, you can see traffic, you can see the river, you can see the changing leaf patterns of the trees of the fall and the summer. It's kind of the changing aspect of what an invisible man might look like. People here felt Mr. Ellison was more than just a simple interpretation. He was something more than that. And I felt Elizabeth Catlett felt she captured it. The neighborhood felt she captured it. And so it's a significant place, I think, in his life in New York. He said he saw New York as his version of Paris and Montmartre, and sort of living in Paris. Harlem was like that for him in the 20th century.